Alright, what do we have here? Jimmy Joy's Plenny Shake chocolate in a new bag. That's half an avocado, and that is a bottle or a package of rice milk. And all that is combined in this bowl right here. If you have seen my intermittent fasting video, in the description you'll know that I have late breakfasts because I try to push my fasting period while asleep to at least 14 to 15 hours. Hold up, I have to, see? Now the light lines are gone. So there was all these lines because of the light and Jimmy Joy, like this. Oh my god, Jimmy Joy, chocolate, new bag, new formula as well. And I really like this new bag, new formula as well. It's more square. Open it, look, here's a cool thing. Look at the space that you have. You can go your whole hand and get stuff out and you won't mess up all this big wide. You can put a whole scoop. Jimmy Joy didn't pay me to tell you this. It is a really big bag and it is pretty handy. Chocolate dude over here was like flexing his muscles. And anyway, that's the packaging. About the new formula. I am not a food scientist or a molecular biologist. So I don't really know what they changed inside of the powder per se. If you do want to find out, they have a forum on their website where you can ask these types of questions. And they also do have very knowledgeable people in their team who can explain you these things. I am a field researcher. I talk about how it tastes and what you can do with it and why there is half an avocado on my table. All right, so the formula did improve. Jimmy Joy Plenny Shake was always slightly more on the gritty side. That's gone. Their new formula is really smooth. It's almost like silky. Focus. So I put half an avocado in it to make it really thick. I noticed that if you make it with rice milk, soy milk or almond milk, even if you use the unsweetened versions, it enhances the sweetness of the powder. It makes the chocolate more sort of rich in chocolate, which is nice. I like that. So what I did now here is I have a really thick, all right, so that's inside. There's also I added a little bit of flaxseed and I added a little bit of raw cacao nibs. Let's pour it in. You see, it's really thick and gooey. This morning I felt like having a bit more of a pudding, thickish. On top of that, I'm gonna put some cereals. Oh, it's really dark. What am I saying? It's not cereals. These guys, Cruisely. All right, now we have a happy family. Oh wait, I'm gonna put it in. This is a happy family. Look at this. Plenny Shake. We got the bag, half the avocado because the other half is in there. Foamy thickness with the rice milk, the roasted muesli with a crunch. Booyah. A power breakfast. Look how happy that mango is. And look how I cut up this mango here. And what is this? Alien juice. Plenny Shake breakfast. I was just really curious what would happen if I would put real mango in my breakfast bowl with the mango from Plenny Shake. With the Jimmy Joy Plenny Shake mango flavor. It's right here in this bottle. 200 milliliters of water and 100 milliliters of rice milk. I added 1 big tablespoon of flaxseed. You know, because of the fibers. And then over here I have some alien juice. Chia seeds soaked in rice milk. For the protein. Now I'm going to build a very nice breakfast bowl out of all these elements. How does that review Plenny Shake? It's just a very nice combination. I think Plenny Shake in itself is great, but what I'd love to do is just build on top of something that's already really good and make it even better. I can talk a little bit more about the consistency of the shake itself by sipping it right now for you. Some of this is now in here. Again, the new texture of the Plenny Shake is awesome. It's really smooth. There hardly is any texture. There's no grittiness whatsoever. It's silky smooth. It is. Everything they say in their press release is true. Yeah, it's like a milkshake. Great. And there's a subtle hint of mango. It's pretty artificial. It doesn't taste like this mango at all. But then again, what do you expect? It's a powder. I do challenge Jimmy Joy to make something that is identical. On the other hand, you know when you buy a powder in a bag that it's not gonna taste exactly the same as the thing that grows on a tree. I do think that in the near future we will have the technical capabilities to do so. But for now, it's a pretty good resemblance of something that would taste like mango. You just add them all together. Make one big happy circus. Ta-da! Breakfast bowl. Mango, chia seed, almond muesli, Plenny Shake. Let's dig in. And now for some green stuff. Jimmy Joy's Plenny Shake Neutral. we have a bag of Plenny shake, a shaker, a scale, some water, some algae water, and some coffee. First, I'd like to try it with water, neutral, to see what happens. Then I want to make one with spirulina, algae water, and then I want to make one with some added coffee, just to see what the effects are of the neutral powder in combination with all these other liquid substances. Really digging this bag. It's really simple, plain, and if you're bored, you could even start drawing and coloring in here. This character is either super high but doesn't know it yet, or he's really ignorant about the trap that this tree over here has set for him outside the frame of this drawing. Curious what you think. So when you look inside the bag, it's not much that really stands out. Powder looks just like any other Jimmy Joy powder. I've been in the Jimmy Joy factory and this is kind of what their sterilized rooms smell like. Hey! I'm going to put it into the shaker bottle without the shaker ball. And the reason I'm doing that is to check what will happen with the consistency of the food. I'm gonna make half a shake. I'm gonna put around 40. I'm gonna let this sit here for about 2 minutes. So the 2 minutes are past. I'm gonna open this bottle and take a sip. It smells like lactose-free milk. It's the first thing that pops to mind. Oh wow. Some of you might have seen my comp review that I did when I was in Tokyo last year. Up until now, comp and Soylent powder version were the only ones that I know that could have a milk-like texture. And that's really good. That makes me really happy. Because this texture can best be described as milkish. There's no resemblance of that this was powder before and now it's fluid and it's just really... Let's add some coffee. My conclusion? The neutral flavor is really good to make an iced coffee. Just think about that. It's Saturday morning, it's 35 degrees, you're in Spain, you're working on a freelance job, you don't have time to make a proper breakfast. You had a rough night because the client took you out for dinner, force-fed these 2 bottles of wine, you wake up, can't focus, and can't think. You'll be like completely nutritioned up and you're caffeinated. You pretty much have the best hangover cure and the client will be like, whoa, how does he do that? Wow. Let's add some algae. This is about 3 tablespoons of spirulina algae in 1 liter of water. 200 milliliters of the spirulina water and 40 grams. Why do you want to use spirulina water in your neutral shake? Well, it's a 2-part thing. I really like the taste of spirulina. It's an acquired taste, I'm aware of that. But I really like it. I came to like it ever since I was introduced to it about a year and a half ago during my visit in San Francisco, where I talked with a spirulina grower.
Take one. I'm Robert Henriksen. I've been involved in spirulina for 35 years or more, starting way back in, I think, 1977. And at that time, just a group of young guys, we built the first prototype spirulina farm in California.
And he gave me a sample of his freshly grown spirulina in the form of frozen tiny little bricks, and I mixed that with Soylent, and that for me was very mind-blowing. Yes, it's an acquired taste, but the moment you start, getting into it, it's really nice. Besides that, it's considered a superfood because it has a lot of amino acids and is really high in protein. So if you want to cut down on meat, this is a really good solution. And on top of that, it's really sustainable. Much more sustainable than growing meat. Growing meat? The kitchen has warmed up quite a bit, so I'm gonna put 2 ice cubes in this. I don't wanna drink warm algae. All right. It's the same with the coffee. The neutral flavor of Jimmy Joy blends really nicely with the spirulina water. You still get a sense of its neutral flavor, but on top of that, you can also really taste the spirulina. That's exactly why I prefer neutral flavors. Because it just gives you more freedom to become creative. Much better when it's cold. I can even do for much more spirulina. I don't taste it that much. The sort of milkish texture of Plenny shake. You can see there's really it just looks like milk. Focus. Almost does not stick to the bottle. It has a subtle green color. So I tried regular coffee, spirulina. I'm gonna think of some other stuff to mix this with. But for me, this is, yeah. This is my favorite. Plenny Shake Neutral, good stuff.